And we're seeing ya. Tary back at you with another video. This one is another hairstyles montage for braid and pigtail styles. The second bun we're going to make is a braided bun. So first off, you have to leave in the ponytail from the last style, and now we're going to split it into three so we can make a braid. So here we go with three roughly equal chunks. And then just braid the classic way of right over middle, left over new middle, pulling tight all the way down. When you reach the bottom of the braid, you want to put in an elastic, like so. Now that you have your finished braid, you're just going to take the hair and twist it like so. Then add the same scrunchie you used before, or a new one if you'd rather, and boom, hold it in place. Messy braided bun. You can also readjust the scrunchie if you want to try and hide those other elastics if you used bigger ones like I did. Final bun style, which is the braided pigtails. So first, leave in the ponytails from the previous pigtail bun, and now turn those into a braid by splitting each half into three and just doing the standard braid style. Keep remembering to pull tight. And place the elastic at the bottom. Now that the braids are complete, you are going to wrap them. So just go around like you're used to doing and place the scrunchie. Try to hide the original elastic if you use the big ones like I did. And again on the other side. Boom! Messy braided pigtail bun. Now we're going to shoot the upper braid version. So first start by leaving in the exact same style as you previously did, and then divide that top section into three like you want to braid it. And then just do the classic braid style, right over middle, left over new middle, pull tight all the way down. When you reach the bottom of the hair, you just want to put in an elastic of your choice. And boom, half up, half down, upper braid. The third style that we're going to do is the half up, half down, full braid. So start by shoving your braid from the top out of the way, just get it over the head like you see in the picture. And now we're going to divide the bottom section of hair into three so that we can again do the classic braid style. Right over middle, left over new middle, and pull tight. If your top braid flops down like mine did, that's fine because it's currently too high to get in my way. When you've reached the bottom of the hair, you can put in your elastic. Once you've put in the elastic to the bottom braid and taken some time to flatten out the top braid, this is what your finished design will look like. The half up, half down, full braided. The fourth and final half up, half down style is probably going to be the easiest as it is the bottom braided. So start by taking your top ponytail and pulling out that bottom elastic. Then you're going to undo the braid. Grab your hairbrush or your comb, whatever you're using. Give a quick brush. And boom, we're done. half up, half down. We're going to make a braided ponytail. So start by dividing the hair into 3, as you can see on screen, and then just classic braid style. When you get to the bottom of the hair, you just want to place an elastic to hold the braid. This one's very simple, it's just a classic braid, and here we have the completed one. Now we are going to leave in the braid and turn it into a chunky braided ponytail. And you do that by just adding additional elastics throughout random spots of the braid. I think maybe 3 elastics is plenty. It should look like this. And I'm now going to show you the second style. So start this one by turning your ponytail into a braid. Just split 3 and go the classic style that you always go. Add your elastic at the bottom. And now what you want to do is to stick the leaves into random spots of the braid. If you want it to look a little more aesthetic, you can trim your stems. I think 4 is enough. Your finished version should look like this. As you can see, I have turned the one braid into 2, and having these stuffed braided pigtails looks just as cute as a single braid. First thing that you want to do is make sure that your doll's hair is fully brushed, no knots, no tangles, and then grab a small piece of hair from the right side of the doll's head, roughly this big. See here? Then with this piece, you are going to braid it and drape the finished braid across the head to the other side. Once you have finished the braid, it should look something like this, and it stays in place because you've clipped it on the side like so. The next step is to grab a chunk of hair roughly the same size from the left side of the head, and you're going to again braid and strip across. With your second braid in place, it should now look like this, and again we have clipped it on the side to hold the braid in place. So now we're going to go back to the right side of the head, grab another chunk of hair the same size, and do a third braid. With the third braid in place, it should now look like this. As you can see from mine, I've put it up to kind of fill in that space between braids 1 and 2. You can keep yours below if you don't have as big a space. And then I've clipped it by just reusing the same clip from the first one. Now we want to go back to the left side of the head and make a 4th braid. Adding that 4th braid should look like this. And again, I've just reused the clip to keep it secure. With the remaining amount of hair, we can manage to get 2 more braids. First we're going to do the right side, and then we're going to do the left side. With the last 2 braids added, your crown should look like this. I've kind of brought them up and around to fill gaps, and also I didn't have room at the bottom since the crown started so low on the head. But anyway, this is what your finished version should look like. The first style that we're going to do is just the classic normal pigtail. So first start by brushing the doll's hair, no knots, no lumps, no tangles, as I've already done. And then we're going to divide the hair into 2 pieces. Once your hair is broken into 2 pieces like that, you're just going to take an elastic to the top of each hair trunk. Once you've placed the elastics in, your finished pigtails should look like this. The next style we're going to do is the chunky pigtail. So start by leaving the hair the way it is, And then we're going to place elastics down the hair at random intervals. That's what it looks like with one side done. Now repeat on the other. This is what your chunky pigtails look like with both sides completed. The next style that we're going to do is the braided pigtail. So start by pulling out all the elastics except for the top one, so that's 3 per side. And now you're going to divide the hair, I'm starting with the right pigtail, into 3 pieces. Once you have your 3 pieces, you're just going to braid like you would normally. And don't forget to put an elastic at the bottom when you're finished. Repeat that on the other side as well. With both braids complete, your style will look like this. A quick note for the braid, if you would prefer, it is possible to do without the top elastic, but you do need the bottom to keep the braid together. So now what we're going to do is the chunky braid. So leave the braid in and then put additional hair elastics into the braid at random intervals. Just like we did for the chunky normal, just that this time we have a braid additionally. And do the other side as well. This is what it should look like when both braids have been turned chunky. Since we already have a braid in the hair, I'm going to do our next style as the braided pigtail buns. So for this, you're going to start by taking out your middle 2 elastics. In my case, I have 4 in purple. Once you've taken out the middle elastics, you'll be left with normal braids that look like this. You're going to take the braid, I'm starting with the right side, and wrap it around the elastic you see up top. Make sure to keep it nice, tight, and circular. Then you want to add an elastic to keep it in place. Here's what it looks like when both the left and right braided buns are completed. My left braid is a little bit better, but whatever, this is what it should look like. Sticking to the bun theme, I'm going to teach you another pigtail. So first start by taking out the buns on both sides. Now we're going to take out the bottom elastic and the braid from both sides. If you want to give the hair a little brush, just to keep it together from the braid, go ahead. And now that we have normal plain pigtails again, what we're going to do is wrap them around the top elastic and make a bun. Same thing we just did, but with no braid. Here is what your finished buns should look like, and if they're a little messy, that's okay, because with buns, that's a common vibe. As you can see, I've taken the buns out to show you the next style. This one is called twisted pigtails. So what you want to do is you want to take the pigtail, I'm going to start on the right side, and break the hair in half. Once the hair is in half, you want to twist it together. The easiest way to describe that is like you're braiding, but only with 2 pieces. Try and keep it as tight as you can manage. When you reach the end of the hair, add your elastic. That's what it should look like, and now we're going to do the other side as well. This is what your finished twisted pigtails should look like. Our next style is another chunky pigtail, this time with the twist as your base. Once you've added in the additional elastics, your chunky twist should look like this. The next style that I'm going to teach you is one final bun style. So we're going to start by pulling out the middle elastics. In my case, that's the 4 purple. With all 4 elastics out, you're left with normal twists like so. And what you want to do is take your twists and wrap them around the top elastic as we did in the previous 2 buns. Once you have your twisted buns in place, it should look like this. It might not be the neatest, but it's still very cute. The final pigtail style is called middle pigtails. I think I made a TikTok on this a while back, but anyway, what you want to do to start is you want to pull out your buns, your twist, and all the elastics, even your top one. Every single elastic comes out of the hair. Once all the elastics have been pulled out, give your doll's hair a quick brush like I've done, and now you're going to separate the hair into 3 pieces, kind of like you were turning the entire head of hair into one braid. Try and make your outer 2 pieces a little bit thicker than your inner piece. Doesn't have to be perfectly even. Once you have your hair in 3 pieces, you are going to make pigtails out of the outer 2 pieces and ignore the middle. Once you have the 2 elastics in, kind of bring the hair together at the bottom, and then your finished style should look like this. That concludes this hairstyle montage video. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like down below and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our future content. Check us out on social media, all accounts linked in the description. And lastly, please head to our website. There are fun stories to read and cute outfits to purchase. We'll see you in the next one.